So the genocide of Gaza continues. The Israeli strike central Gaza school killed 22. So you had the assassination attempt, which just nicks Donald's ear, just pierces his ear. But you had a bombing in Gaza that killed 22 people. You had that one girl, Hind, she got shot at 355 times. You got all these mangled bodies, all these children. I saw this one kid with just, her mouth was open, it was bloodied, and they were just sitting there trying to hold the mouth together. I saw a corpse of a kid that was just hanging in the rafters. This is what America's doing. This is what Israel's doing. Aaron Bushnell, he knew it. Aaron Bushnell is the Jesus Christ, just like Edward Snowden, but we don't care about our Jesus Christ. It's not about morality. It's not about virtue. It's about virtue signaling. 22 Palestinians were killed, 100 wounded on a United Nations run school. So they're not even listening to anybody. They're not listening. Israel's doing whatever the fuck they want to do. They'll just say, oh, that person was a terrorist, and so they bombed the entire block. They bombed the entire community. Oh, the Israeli military. Well, they said they targeted a bunch of terrorists. Who gives a shit? This is our pit bull. We give them billions of dollars. Why don't we stop this shit? Netanyahu's going to come into Washington, D.C. and say, fuck all you guys. You're going to sit there and suck our dicks and pay for all of our bombs and give us the United Nations. Our veto gives them United Nations cover when they're bombing the United Nations. They sunk the USS Liberty. It is ridiculous how these people act. Residents, there's fresh air, artillery strikes, 5 people killed when a house, Gaza refugee camp. Refugee camps. So we're just bombing poor people. 8% of Palestine is gone. Civil war was one of the worst conflicts in America's history. 2% of our population was wiped out. 2%. 2 out of 100. In Palestine, it's 8 out of 100. This is a massacre of the innocents. You had Moses that was born in the massacre of the innocents. You had Jesus that was born in the massacre of the innocents. Is Moses and Jesus being born today, right now? The military announced that Salama was killed. He says too early to conclude whether Deef has died. Oh, there was a person. Yeah, I'm sure there was. Anthony Blinken expressed serious concerns. Yeah, I know. We can't stop this guy. We were supposed to have a ceasefire deal like a fucking year ago. Military Gaza in response to attack on October 7th. So they had 1,200 people that were killed. 250 others were taken hostage. So we've killed 180,000. More than 38,660 people have been outright murdered. But the people that have starved and died of their wounds, disease later on, 200,000. This is fucking bullshit. But you nick somebody in the ear. Oh, hey, the rhetoric needs to be, hey, no political violence. Is this not political violence? If this isn't political violence, what the fuck is it? You got protesters in America who's getting arrested at the universities, getting kicked out of the universities. Aaron Bushnell gave his life up because he's, not a dumbass piece of shit putting his head in the sand. Are you all boycotting Coke? Are you boycotting McDonald's? United Nations, 1.9 million people, 90% of Gaza's population have been forced to flee their homes, including some who have been displaced up to 10 times. What the fuck is going on? This is some sick, disgusting shit. She was lighting a fire to cook in a corridor with a nearby room, so she's trying to cook, and as soon as explosion occurs, the room collapses on us. A little boy whose leg is bleeding, dismembered corpse. People are covered with blankets. I saw a little boy lying in a pool of blood. Well, we got to protect, because of World War II and the Jewish people are being persecuted, we gave Israel to the Jewish folks, but we believe in a two-state solution, and right now Israel is stealing the land of Palestine. Rachel Corrie stood in front of a bulldozer and saved a bunch of houses until eventually the bulldozer ran her over. So they don't care about American lives. They don't care about anybody's lives. They just want to murder, kill. When I left the school, I saw many injured people lying on the ground and bodies torn to pieces. There's a reason. Tim Pool wants to push for a civil war. Well, let's talk about Palestine and Israel. Yeah, why don't you pick sides? I'm on the Palestinian people's side. I'm on the side of the oppressed. They are being murdered. Their land is being taken from them. They count every single calorie that goes into Palestine. There are no armed men and no reason to strike schools. There's no reason. They're mainly killing women, children, old people. They're bombing schools. video footage, all, but we're going to sit there and talk about no political violence. Hey, we don't need to do political violence. Hind is a 6-year-old girl that got shot 355 times. She's in a car. She calls, their version of 911. 355 rounds later, she's dead. Hundreds of people walking past the destroyed rubble, heavily damaged staircase. I mean, these places are historic places. These places have been around forever. Israeli Defense Forces, Hamas fighters use the school as a hideout. Oh, I'm sure they do. Yeah, right. Prior to the strike, numerous steps were taken in order to mitigate the risk of harming civilians. Human shields, an accusation. Spokesman for Gaza's Hamas-run civil defense force. 15 people were killed, mostly women and children. That's not terrorist. The death toll rises to 22. Doesn't provide any more. 29 people were killed in an Israeli strike on a camp. Where is it saying that Hamas is striking Israel? It just seems like it's asymmetrical warfare. It's a turkey shoot. They're just shooting fish in a barrel. This shit's disgusting. This shit is fucking fucked up. So don't nick somebody in the ear, but you could fucking murder dozens and dozens of people. You could kill women and children and old people. So when Russia invades Ukraine, we're supposed to defend Ukraine. But when Israel invades Palestine, we're not supposed to defend Palestine. We believe in the two-state solution. So Israel's giving us a middle finger. This shit just happened. This is January 16th. It's still going on. Israeli airstrike on a car killed at least 17 Palestinians. This was on Tuesday. Wounded 26 others in Khan Yunis in southern Gaza. Bodies on donkey carts, rickshaws. So, my God, who's picking up these bodies? It's almost, the casualties on carts and rickshaws. This is the Christians and the Jewish folks. So the Muslims are the peaceful ones. Islam means submission to God. It just goes on and on and on. It's fucking bullshit. It's disgusting. 1 million people in Iraq were killed, but I guess it's easier to bomb people over there and pretend like it's not happening. Israel should finish the war as quickly as possible, says J.D. Vance. Oh, fucking fantastic. Fantastic. Instead of taking on Hamas, he's going to escalate the war, so it's going to get worse and worse and worse. Fucking fantastic. This shit's fucked up and disgusting. Why poor debate may not have hurt Biden. Israel orders another Gaza City evacuation. U.S. announced it's going to resume the shipment of 500-pound bombs to Israel. So there you go. The Americans are sending the guns and the weapons to Israel to kill as many of the Palestinian children as possible. This is killing people in Bethlehem. This is baby Jesus was born in Bethlehem. Baby Jesus, this is brown at the very least, black at the most. Non-stop killing baby Jesuses. Utter devastation, Tel Aviv, Qatar. Fucking ridiculous. And then you want to sit there, Donald's calling them a Palestinian, he's using it as a pejorative. When does this shit stop? Does it ever stop?